Hello. In this C++ programming video, I will be covering arrays. Arrays allow you to store multiple values of the same type in a single variable, which makes handling collections of data much easier. So, what is an array? Well, a formal definition would be an array is a collection of elements in the same data type, stored in contiguous memory locations and accessed by an index. So this first syntax example here is we are declaring an array. So we are declaring an array called numbers that can hold 5 integers, which is in the brackets. The next example here, next two examples are about initializing arrays. So the first one is direct initialization. Here we are assigning numbers 5 to be equal to 1. The first index would be 1, the second index would be 2, and so on. Note we start counting at 0 in programming. So number 0 is 1, numbers 1 is 2, etc. So make sure you don't get confused on that. And finally, an example of partial initialization. We're declaring an array called values this time. Still holds 5 integers, but we only are putting 2 in there. Well, in that case, the rest become 0. So let's look at our first programming example here, which is about accessing array elements. So here we have a numbers array that's full. We want to get the first element, which is 0, and the third element, which is 2. So let us first all compile our program. And then run our program. As we can see here, our first element is 5 and our second element is 15. So that checks out. Again, remember indexing starts at 0, so the first element is numbers 0. Let's look at our second and final programming example here. We're integrating what we learned about for loops. So here we have a scores array with 5 integers, being 90, 85, 88, 92, and 95. And here we want to iterate through each score. Again, so we're using our index. We're starting at scores 0, which is the first element. And then we're iterating all the way until I is less than 5 to make sure we're not going out of bounds. And then inside, we're using scores I. So let's compile this program. And then let's run it. So as we can see here, 90, 85, 88, 92, and 95. What if we make a mistake here and we do I less than or equal to 5? So we're trying to get scores 5, which doesn't exist because we start at 0 and there's only 5 elements in the array. So let's try to compile this and see what happens. And let's run it. As we can see here, it just prints out some garbage data. So again, best practices. The first one we just talked about. Always ensure your loop stays within array bounds, because if not, it will print out garbage or crash. Always use constants for array size to make code easier to maintain. And remember that array size in C++ is fixed once declared. Dynamic memory is more of an advanced topic, which will be covered in the video. So, as a practice challenge, create an array of 7 integers representing daily temperatures for a week, and then use a loop to calculate and print the average temperature. So in this episode, we learned how to declare arrays, how to initialize arrays, and how to access and loop through arrays. If you found this tutorial helpful, Do not forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment. Please reach out if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great day.